These are the steps to update the firmware of the GS device with the CS20. Connect to the GS device via the Bluetooth or cable connection and web server interface. Update the firmware, and then check the firmware update. If you have not done so already, please make sure that you have a connection to the GS device through Captivate. You can do that by going to Settings, Connections, GS Connection Wizard, choose your device, click Next. We're going to connect via Bluetooth, and you should have the name of the device with the serial number you wish to connect to. If not, then you would click Next, and it will connect to the device. Click Finish, and you are now connected to the GS sensor. Open the Windows interface on the CS20. Press the Function key and the Windows key at the same time. That's the Function key, and the Windows key is found above the Escape key. Establish the web server interface via cable or Bluetooth. There are pre-made icons for this web server interface. You should now be viewing the home page of the web server interface. If it does not automatically appear, check the IP address shown above, retype it in, and hit refresh. Now is also a good time to double check your version of firmware. For example, I have 8.50 here, and I will be upgrading to 8.8, staying within the same file system. Click on the user icon, and you'll be taken to a new page where you can click on Load Firmware. Another page will pop up that will show you the firmware version you have. And again, unless you have 9.0, you will be upgrading. The key to upgrading is to click on, at the bottom here, I read and understood and agreed to the software license agreement, and that the FW file on the GS SD card is in the system folder. And then click on the green plus sign to start the load firmware process. The page will refresh and tell you that the installation has started and that the sensor is being restarted. Your GS18 lights will flash and your device will turn off and restart. When the lights come back to normal and stop flashing, refresh the web page. And the final step is to check your firmware. When the page refreshes, you should be now upgraded to the version you wanted. I started with 8.5 and I'm now at 8.80. If you have any questions, please email survey.support@leicaus.com or call the phone number below. Thank you for attending.